Words after me, Fox Rich.
Fox Rich.
I believe.
I believe.
I can make it.
I can make it.
Oh, you gotta say it like you mean it, Pat Goins. Fox Rich.
Fox Rich.
I believe.
I believe.
I can make it.
I can make it.
Beautiful ones, I have come here this morning with one purpose and one purpose only, and that is to remind you that no matter what obstacles or odds that you are up against, I know for a fact and I know firsthand that you can make it. Now, I don't want you all to think that I'm just coming here telling you something that I heard or something I read in a motivational book or something that I may have even seen on Oprah Winfrey. But what I want to do is share with you all my experiences of how I know firsthand that no matter what you go through in this life, you can make it. Now, there you go, coming in here late in with your phone on.
I'm sorry.
It's all right, baby. I'm picking with you. 13 years ago, I found myself facing 297 years in prison. I had reached the lowest point of my life, what many people would call, family, the point of no return. I mean, I had totally reached rock bottom when the sheriff read me my rights. I'm thinking to myself, you know, just come on here and read me my rights and book me so I can bond out. At that time, he made me aware that not only was he reading me my rights, but that I was being placed on a $500,000 bond. To me, that said I wouldn't be going nowhere no time soon. When I got to the detention center, now I was drove personally by the sheriff and the warden of the jail to the detention facility. I got first class escort, some might call it. When we arrived at the detention center, the warden told the jailer there to put me on suicide watch. He said, she's in so much trouble, Miss Tanisha. I think she might try to take her own life. So there I lay, on suicide watch, no windows, no TV, no telephone, no absolutely nothing, family. Just an iron toilet with the water fountain on the back of it. And I don't know about y'all, but I wasn't too keen about drinking out of that. I was thinking they might have been sharing the same water supply. No clock, no window, no daylight, no recognition of what time of day it was, no other human beings around me. I was left alone with myself. And at that particular moment, I really had to decide whether I wanted to go on. Would you close that door for me, love? I don't know if many of you, the thought has crossed your mind about whether or not you want to go on for here, that life had really gotten that dark for you, that you really had to question, you know, do I want to continue on this path, or do I want to go and cash my voucher in right now and cash in my chips and see what happens from this point? See, at that point I realized something. Life is a gift. But to live life, family, this shit is all a choice. What you talking about, Fox Rich? I mean, going to prison ain't the only thing I've done. Let me give you a little bit of my background history. I graduated with my BS degree in biology from Grambling State University. I turned around and got my master's in public administration 2 years later from Grambling as well. But in studying biology, what we do is we study life. And when you look at life, you clearly understand that it's a gift. How you know it's a gift, Fox Rich? When you look at the scientific advancements that mankind has made, I mean, mankind, we pretty bad. We broke the genetic code for man. We actually now know what is in the DNA. We have sent men to the moon and let them hang out and post up our flag on the moon. We so tough that we are landing little rovers on Mars and letting them drive around that planet and send us pictures all the way back from Mars down to the planet Earth so we can see what Mars looks like. I mean, are we bad or are we bad? But yet in all of, I mean, if you break it down even simpler, we know how to take popcorn in a bag and put it in the microwave, and 3 minutes later you got some popcorn. Man has done marvelous things. Went from riding horses to driving horse powers. Went from picking cotton to owning beauty schools. Man and African Americans, we some kind of bad. But yet, no matter how bad we are, no matter how scientifically advanced we are, man has not figured out how to create life. Now keep in mind, we know what's in life's protoplasm. We know that it's magnesium and sodium and calcium, all in life's protoplasm. We know that it takes the sperm from the man and the ovum from a woman to come together to collectively to begin the creation of the gift of life. But yet, we cannot create life on our own. And if we cannot create it, then it only leads me to believe that the same person that hangs the stars and the same person that helps us rotate on this beautiful planet Earth around the sun in 365 days and turn on our axis in 24 hours has to be that same entity that has decided that we needed to be here. Somebody say, speak Fox Rich.
Speak Fox Rich.
Now, I know we ain't in church, so I don't expect y'all to say amen. And I promise you, the last thing Fox Rich will profess to be is a minister. But if you don't mind helping me out, if I say something that moves you, something you just know to be true, you ain't got to say amen. But if you can help me and say, speak Fox Rich, I sure would appreciate it. Can you do that for me? Yes. We'll try one time for my ego.
Speak Fox Rich.
Thank you for helping me out.
Yes, indeed.
We have this beautiful thing called the gift of life. And not only do we get this gift of life, but just think about it, beautiful ones. Out of over 6 billion people on this planet Earth, there are no two people just the same. We are the true definitions of what it means to be an original, baby. Ain't nobody else on this planet just like you. So that means that God didn't see fit to make 2 of you. Just one would be enough. Not only is there nobody living like you now, but before you got here, there was nobody like you. And when you leave here, there'll still be nobody to walk this planet just like you.
Speak Fox Rich.
Oh, thank you for helping me out. Repeat these words after me. Fox Rich.
Fox Rich.
I can make it.
I can make it.
So when you think about it, we got this beautiful gift called life. And I know, we just take waking up for granted. We take being healthy for granted. We take being in our right state of mind for granted. But all of that is a gift. Not only is life a gift, but living this life is a choice. And every morning when we rise, we decide how and if we want to live. Ain't that right, Miss Sam? We decide how and if we want to live. Some people went to bed this morning and they decided not to get up with us today. Some people went to bed last night and beyond their decision-making process, they're not here today. Life is a gift, beautiful ones. But living this gift is totally a choice. To me, I got to say that I am absolutely delighted. I am honored. I am thrilled to be in the presence of women and a brother that says that they want something a little bit more for their life. You chose to be here. I'm sure you probably even got a classmate or somebody that you know that is enrolled in this program with you that ain't even here today. As a matter of fact, they enrolled in this program and you ain't seen them in a while. This is a choice. And a choice that you are making to better the quality of your life. See, any training or skill that you can get in this life, you ain't gonna never get nowhere being on nobody else's jobs. Every study in the world today shows that jobs are nothing more than modern day plantations. You got to have something of your own. The great philanthropist and the great philosopher, Marcus Garvey. If you hadn't heard about Marcus Garvey, I would suggest you look him up online. Marcus Garvey was one of the baddest brothers to ever walk the planet Earth. You think Martin Luther King Jr. had it going on, but he ain't have nothing on Marcus Garvey. Marcus Garvey was a man that was able to unite millions of Americans across the planet during a time there was no cell phone, no telephone, no email, no computers, no vehicles. Do you feel me, family? For him to be able to bring together black people of color across this planet in a time when communication was sent out only by wiretaps, by telegram. He had to be a bad brother. Marcus Garvey said in the early 1900s, it is the most commonest, repeat this, it is the most commonest of human principles that no man will do as much for you as you would do for yourself.
Speak Fox Rich.
Now here we are in 2010, about to head into 2011, and it still holds true what he said over 100 years ago. Ain't nobody gonna do for your ass like you gonna do for you. And you being here in this program says volumes about what you want to do for your